it's a big question to ask in a limited amount of time, I guess. But if you had to sort of summarize what success in a career means to you, how would you summarize that?
Thank you, and it's a great question. Yeah, I might take 30 minutes for that, but I'll try to be short. Yeah, the first thing, Fifi, like Fifi mentioned this as well in the beginning, life is not a rat race. It's a journey. It's a journey like a marathon. Like when I run 100 kilometer, 200, I don't run alone. I run with hundreds of other people who support me, who cheer for me, who volunteer me. And like Fifi said, she had volunteered so many places, which is so important. So we have to understand this, and especially if you come from I come from India, or if you come from Asian countries, the amount of pressure the parents put, like you're 30, why are you not millionaire yet, why are you not billionaire yet, why are you not married yet. So this pressure is there on every overseas student, that you have to chase the two metrics of success, which is money and power. But nobody's talking about the third metric. And I got to know about third metric when I read Ariana Huffington's book Thrive 15 times before I wrote my book. And I contacted her after that, and I said, because I wanted to write my book on a similar pattern and redefine what is success in today's world. So the redefining today's success world is creating an impact in somebody else's life. For example, I'll tell you, I met somebody on Instagram. He's from Geelong. He bought my book, and I posted to him. And then he sent me a long text message after reading my book. He said, honestly, I have been a drug addict for 10 years. I have been in and out of jail for several times. And now he's going to run his first 100 kilometers after reading my book. I mean, you have no idea how I felt after that. You have no idea. And I wrote this in my second book. I used the text message. So you have to create impact in somebody else's life. That is the definition of success. Like Christine, what I was listening to her, like she's changing or empowering women in her country. That is success. So like money and power, we all are chasing. Like I was reading, like in pandemic, some of the technology companies became billionaire, like Amazon or Canva or something. Yes, they are doing great jobs, and that's fine, but you have to give back to the community as well. And so, and let me tell you, when my first job in this country was in a cafe for 3 weeks. It was a horrible job, and for $5 an hour. And it was 2016, I'm talking about July 20, when I just came this country, and that was a very normal behavior that time, because not just me, everyone. And that was the time 7-Eleven scam happened. So, and I was called bastard Indian, by the manager of the cafe. So I felt really bad, and I wanted to take revenge. And I said, I'm not gonna tolerate. I would have tolerated $5 an hour, but bastard, I will not tolerate. So what I did was, I thought writing letter to some person with power or so I wrote to the Prime Minister that time, Malcolm Turnbull. I didn't get any response. I wrote to Fair Work Commission. I wrote to Fair Work Ombudsman. I met a journalist of ABC in a cafe. We discussed for 2 hours. End of the day, nothing happened. So I knew I have to do something. After that, I got a job at ABC for 6 months, and I got fired as well. And then I appeared on Q&A. I raised a question on this, which created an impact. So I'm saying that we have to create an impact in somebody else's life. And if the system has a problem, you get into the system and change. So that is the definition of success, what I will say in short.
Yeah, wonderful. And such a good point to say as well. We can chase money, fame, glory, and we all need a certain amount of money to survive, and we need a certain level of recognition and all of that to be okay. But beyond that, it's that sense of creating an impact. And I guess as humans, we are so dependent on community and on social connection, and knowing that you're making a positive change or helping someone else make a positive change. It's such a powerful thing. And recognizing I'm probably quite biased, being a psychologist and sort of the profession I'm in, but I guess what I'm seeing is that people feel happiest when they feel they have a sense of influence, but in a positive way.
I have one. Sorry.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sorry, please.
Oh, I was going to start just pulling up a few questions for you guys. I'm just mindful that we've got sort of 15 minutes for question time, and there's been some really cool questions coming through. And a few of them were sort of addressed, so bear with me as I pick one that we haven't addressed yet. But perhaps this one for you actually, Suki. I'll pull it up on our screen. So Sang has asked, what does your writing process or routine actually look like? How do we go about writing a book?
Yeah, so what I would suggest first thing is you have to write something you're really passionate about. For example, through running, I'm trying to solve many problems. Like in Christine, what she said in a presentation, that you should have an attitude of solving a problem. So I'm trying to solve the problem of mental health around the world, in India, in Australia, in US, around the world, and it is a very big issue. 84 million people in India are suffering from depression, and our suicide rates are predominantly high in every country in the world in pandemic. So I'm trying to solve this problem through my book and through running. And running is my passion, it's my hobby, it's not my job. So first thing is this. Second thing is you need a deadline. Like you need to fix, like 6 months I have to finish it. Like for example, 31st December I should finish it, and it won't be ever be perfect. I'm not a best writer in the world. There were a lot of mistakes, but then if you hire somebody to edit your book and design your cover, they will polish it. But first you need to get the draft ready in a certain deadline. And it could be 1 month deadline, it could be 2 months, 6 months. I took 9 months for my second book because I had a strict deadline that I have to do it. And because some people say and do it, so having that strict deadline is very important. And for example, the publishing industry is a very competitive industry, so I didn't waste my time sending it to HarperCollins or Penguin or anyone, the top publishers in the world, because I know they will reject it. They get millions of emails. So the best process I would suggest is self-publish on Amazon. And once you sell even 1,000 copy, you will get the attention of major publishers around the world, and they will approach you then. And that's how your story will get told. And many success stories have been done like that. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times. Then there are so many self-published authors in Canada I'm seeing, and they made a career after selling copies like that. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, lovely. And I think as, either former students, myself included, or current students, we know the power of a deadline. We know that if the essay doesn't have a deadline, essay does not get written. And
just 100 words every day you have to write. You don't have to write much, just 100 words like a diary. You just keep writing every day, 100 words, and describing something you're really passionate about. And eventually it will become a book. It doesn't have to be that.